All right, it's recording. So welcome everyone for another External Secrets Community meeting. I've been away for a bit, but now I'm back. I'm glad that I can come back and help around on the project. And for we start the meeting as well, I also want to note the code of conduct. So it's on the website. So here, if you want to contribute to the project and be around in the meetings and everything, this is a code of conduct that we apply in the project. So yeah, just check it out before if you want to start contributing as well, be part of the community. And yeah, so I think I had some points on it from the last meeting. Um, yeah, so I don't know how was the last meeting because I was not here. I think Kellin, Lucas, and Aziz was here. So if anyone wants to go through I'm gonna put the link quickly here on the chat um, for the notes, the meeting notes. If people want to go through those notes, you know, things that happened from last week. So we had the CLI signing. So I think that was closed. Maybe Lucas said, like, I don't think we need the CLI for individual contributors at this point in time. So I think we're not gonna, the CLAs are, so I don't think we're gonna add that for now. So that's closed already. Can we open a issue about moving the CRD specification to this repo? I think it's into the main repo. I think that's perfectly fine. I think it can help with discussions, can help with PRs, can help with reviews and everything else. So I'm all up for that. If you want to make that PR just to move, and then we can remove the other repo as well. I don't think there's any problem on that.
Yeah, I just hadn't gotten around to doing that, but I think there's an issue tracking it there. So if anyone wants to bring that up.
That's perfect. And we had also something about the entrant tests. Riccardo said he did some work for this, but life got in the way, but it happens fine. I'm keen to work a bit on this. From Lucas updates as well, he got some CS Rulanda's infrastructure to test end to end. They cannot give us credits because of like paperwork, financial stuff, but they can just lend us infrastructure. So he's gonna get the access next week and can already implement into the pipeline. I'm keen to work on the actual coding for the E2E tests as well. After I'm done like with the first iteration of the metrics, so I could tackle that. I think Kellin wanted to do something with local stack for the vault or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, the AWS and Vault, I think both have open source server available. So we can just, in like the kind cluster that's you can use for end-to-end testing, you can just kind of drop that in. That's what Moritz and I had done on the previous project, and they seem to work pretty well.
Cool. Yeah, and I think Azure and GCP, then we're gonna get the infrastructure. Well, yeah. So I'm keen to work on this later after I finish up the metrics. I'm very keen to dive into this, but we can discuss by the end of the week as well. I'm still working on the metrics thing. So I think that's the points from last week. If anyone wants to take notes on the doc, but I think this is all the things from last week. Cool. So from this week onwards, on the pull request side, I did the first iteration of custom metrics. Thanks so much, Kellin, for the review. I just answered your review there with some information. I implemented that condition status tracker as well to have metrics. So we can keep the conversation there. I still think those two metrics can be somewhat useful, so I don't think I would remove them. But I added the other one, remove that predicates. Now I understood how it works, especially when with the main controller. So I removed the predicate, add some other tests. I need to work a little bit on that. The tests are flaky for one test case, so I just need to understand what has happened there. That's one thing. That's the pull request 110. So I think by the end of this week, we can work on that and merge it. So we can start having that basic infrastructure for testing for metrics, which is quite cool. One thing that with removing customize that we lost is QB Builder by default, they have their own metrics, and they have this whole pattern of having a RBAC sidecar to authorize Prometheus to get the metrics. So they just don't hit the controller itself. They go through the sidecar to have TLS and authentication. When we implemented the Helm chart, that's not part of it. The Helm chart basically just creates a service to expose the 8080 port. I think that's completely fine. I just want to point out that that was QBuilder was expecting promoted something different, and we just went to the simpler way, which I think is fine. So I don't think we should go to the whole pattern of having the sidecar. One day, if someone needs it, someone can implement it, I guess. I think that's fine. Cool. We have a bunch of just the Pentabots PRs that we need to just go and merge and take a look if everything is fine. They seem all fine.
I also wanted to maybe move that to weekly, just because there's no way to like tell it to ignore patches or anything like that.
Yeah,
it seems like the common thing right now to do is just move it to less frequently opening them, just so that you can do it like once per week or once per month or whatever.
That's perfect. Is that on the settings, probably?
Yep, that's just in the settings. So we can
we can do it. Security and analysis, the Pentabots alert. Was it disabled?
It's in the dependent bot YAML in the repo.
Okay. I was taking a look into the settings. So yeah, Pentabots. Cool. Found it. All right, interval daily. Yeah, I think we can put everything for weekly. What do you think?
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. I'm just gonna open this now. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna open a PR for that. I'm just gonna keep a note here and then can merge it. Cool. So we have all those PRs. There's one. I think you just merged it, right, Kellin? The one removing the.
Yep, the customized was just merged.
The customized templates, yeah, perfect. So yeah, we just have Helm now. We don't have the customized anymore. I think it's perfect. Using the customized can be quite like unnecessary. kubectl apply pointing to URLs and whatever, and Helm at least it's an easier way to get up and down with things. So that's perfect.
Yeah, and I do think we should release. Like, I don't think there's any problem with releasing a YAML and a CRT YAML, kind of similar to what JetStack or the cert manager does. And so there's a make target which generates the YAML. It's currently ignored, I think, if you generate it locally. But essentially, our release pipeline should be able to push out a Helm chart and then generate some YAML and push that to the release.
Yeah. Like a .gz file with all the YAML. Yeah, I saw that, and I think that pattern is great. So yeah, I think we can work on that. Just gonna take some notes. Okay, discussion, review, enable the Pentabots, change the Pendabot frequency to weekly, push YAML artifacts with on the pipeline to GitHub. Cool. Other things, moolen, I'm gonna take a look at your PR on the template. I took a look at the code that day, but I didn't test it locally, so I'm just gonna clone it and test it locally and see what happens, and then we can move that onwards. Yeah, I think that's it what I have on my plate, and that's I can look. There are some new issues as well. There's one from Kellin about the Helm chart repository, which 100% we should do it. And there's
I have
one
a question on that one though.
okay.
I have a question about naming real quick. How do we want to? I don't know if we want to have a shared chart repo with the other project. I believe they just use GitHub pages maybe, so we could just use the GitHub pages of this project. But I was curious how naming might go because they currently call theirs. I think they call theirs the Kubernetes external secrets. So are we just going to go forward with calling this just external secrets then, and that will be the difference is the Kubernetes prefix there? I
100%. I think like everywhere is external secrets, and sometimes we call it external secrets operator. The external secrets operator is kind of like the CS one, the CS repository. I think if you can just call it external secrets anywhere, like looking at the docs and the repo and everything else, it seems to just avoid using the word operator sometimes. But like on the docs, it says external secrets operator, right? And on the README, it doesn't. I think we should go with external secrets operator. I don't think that's going to be a problem, isn't it, with the other projects?
Yeah, because the other one's not even really an operator because it doesn't. I don't think it has wash requests. It just pulls. I think. Yeah.
Okay, I think just going with external secrets operator on the naming is perfect.
Okay.
Name or have a chart. Cool. Anything else you Pips working on? Or Pips has any questions or any contributions? How's it going?
I've had a lot of bandwidth for this project right now, but I'm still trying to keep up on reviewing. But that's kind of why I haven't had in many pull requests. But
it's fine. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm having this week full time as well. Next week probably not, but I still gonna keep like trying to look weekly at pushing some things and at least take a look at PRs. But I'm gonna try to keep well, at least work on the metrics and the trend tests. Have that done. That's my bandwidth for now, I guess.
Yeah. I was also thinking we might at some point just want to have a 0.1 available just because when I was writing docs, it was a little tricky because there's no Helm chart pushed. Do I have docs that are don't work, or do I make sure to include docs that oh yeah, you can clone this and run this command to build it locally? So having just even initial release, knowing that we're gonna have subsequent features, this I think is fine. But I think it just makes some of that process easier.
I think one thing we can target the 0.1 is just finishing implementing the PRs we have open. So the metrics and the templates. I think the secret manager from GCP and the Azure, they a little bit they're stopped on the people that implemented them. We can give it a ping if this Pips wants to merge this into a 0.1 release. But I think just finish what we have now and putting up a 0.1 would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Also for the Azure stuff, the key vault, I think there's a little bit of more work done because those people are there's no feedback yet there. I'm gonna ping them what's happening. Yeah, so let's just merge those that are open right now and then go with a 0.1 and yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna put here a note so to reach 0.1 when you can merge the 110, then the templates, which is 69 at least. And there's one about a service account selector for the vault provider. Need to review that one, but probably could include that as well. And 106 at least, and then we can do a 0.1. Yeah, I know. Of course, we need to work on having the charts dots external secrets IO to release as well. But I think that's the easy part. Cool. No, I think that's it from my side.
I have nothing to add too. Maybe regarding the bandwidth. Yeah, I was on vacation the last 2 weeks, apparently. This week I don't know like how much I can do really. At least responding to your comments if you review it. This is certainly in. Also, I need to save a little bit of time for the old Kubernetes external secrets. I talked to Vladimir to review some stuff there because he's also very active right now. Yeah, there were like 2 releases in the past 2 weeks. Yeah.
Cool. Riccardo, any news from you? Any updates?
Yeah, I hope that I can get back into the game as I wanted. And today is the first day, it's the first week that I have 1 day completely to myself to do what I want, and 1 glorious day per week. And I hope that this can happen also in the next weeks going forward until at least until July, when I'll have a second baby. So and then it's going to be even worse. But yeah, so I hope I can pick up some tasks. I would be very, very happy to help with either the tests or the Helm charts. But yeah, committing directly, you saw how it went last time. So yeah, that's a little bit problematic. But I also saw that there is a lot of stuff happening with I don't know if you guys saw it, with 1Password.
No.
They created this secret automation thingy that is more oriented towards developers, and they also bought I think it was a Dutch startup which is called Secret Hub, and Secret Hub actually seems very cool. And maybe a backend for Secret Hub, or a provider, as we call it, right? We call it provider. It would be. Oh wow! I didn't see that they also created an operator themselves.
Yeah, so basically they create an operator. CS once upon a time we had support for this 1Password backend. But we needed like to ship the CLI and basically use the CLI to manage, because 1Password doesn't have an API. And it seems that they've made the operator using the CLI as well. But yeah, they have their own thing to manage passwords in Kubernetes.
Well, another splinter, right, in the fragmentation of this space. Well,
I can always ping them and say like, hey, we have this, want to merge. So
Yeah.
I think maybe they're keen to just merge with us as well. So yeah, I'm gonna open an issue there, raise a conversation. If they have any interest, we can pull them into our community as well.
Right.
Cool.
Well, yeah, that's just I wanted, but you seem that you are very well aware of this development. So yeah, that's all I wanted to mention.
Sounds perfect. Cool. Thanks for letting us know. All right. I think we all went through whenever we had. I'm gonna just do a quick update on the notes. And yeah, I think everyone had a good evening, and we can see each other in 2 weeks, I guess. All right. Cool, Pips.
Thanks, Paul.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you.